Beaker Mac, Steven, what's going on? Yeah, man, jamming. Sea is moving today. It's very cold here. It's probably cold wherever everybody is, right? Everybody's probably cold today. Yeah, cold, but warm-hearted. Yep. Everybody good? What's going on? Where you guys live? Hey, Timothy. Pi Day, right? It's Pi Day. Oh, I got to plug in. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's Pi 3.14. Should be an interesting day. Full circle, they're saying full circle, and that I think that refers to the medical situation, which is going to become very interesting. It already is. And they're saying that they're using this bank thing as a way to keep people from understanding, from seeing the reveal in Congress of all the gosh of all the ways they blocked humanity from finding out the truth. How many peeps are Noahides? Mark you down. You're Noahide. That is so cool, Tom. I totally admire you. Thanks, Didymus. Full circle, yeah. Right, with the yes, Tanya, honey. I don't know how. I don't think I could. Oh, I could. Right, I could do a poll on. I so many. It's really amazing how much the access we have. Yeah, thanks, Sandra. Hey, Chosen, what's going on, Chosen? You okay, man? You're ascending. You're probably levitating right now, right? The monks in Yogananda's book, they took away their silverware when they were dining because they would levitate and drop silverware on the other monks' heads. They were dangerous to themselves. So if you're levitating, just be careful, right? I mean, make sure, I don't know if you live with a dog. I don't know. I mean, just be careful, right? Just, levitate, anyway, yeah. Hey, Info Prison. Yeah, man. Stay positive. Yes, unbelievable. I got the best lesson yesterday. I'm kind of like putting it all together. I put it together. I put together a little film. This, I use this Chemex coffee maker. Let me just show you what it is. I use this thing, and I heard Chemex mentioned as like one of the evil corporations. I use this thing. I'm a semi-retired chemistry teacher, so it's like, this is like, it's like having beakers, right? But I heard them mention Chemex as being part of the elite structure. No dog, just a crazy dove named Noah. Interesting. Yeah, the Noahide laws, man. I have total, utter faith. I mean, utter respect for Noahides. I mean, not an easy pathway. What's your email? Mine is, I think, yeah. Gloria is, I think it's kabbalahguru at gmail.com. Yeah, that's the Showmore has become really professional now. My boys in my peeps in Nepal. I mean, can you imagine? Like, you know how cool that is. Like a little Jewish guy in New York City is working with people from Nepal, with these beautiful souls, these beautiful neshamas, these beautiful, like, holy. I mean, Nepal, man, it doesn't get any better than that, right? A guy calls me. He just showed up on my thing one day. He says, do you need somebody to help you? I'm like, yeah. Gila, my Gila. Gila, isn't that amazing? I mean, this guy just shows up. I said, "Where are you from?" He's like, "Nepal." I'm like, he says, "You want to come?" I'm like, "Yeah, hell yes." Once I'm Yogananda, yeah, Yogananda. So Yogananda said that the monks, they had to take away their silverware because when they would eat and they would have so much joy, they would start to levitate and drop their silverware all over the other monks. So they were he took away their forks and knives. Beware of ascending beings. Beware of levitating monks. I mean, but I'm sure if anybody is able to levitate, it's chosen one in 44. She does a lot of work on herself. She's a very high soul. And okay, two Nepalese guys are not any bigger than me. I don't know about bigger, but they're certainly better organized. I mean, that's the thing that they're really. I'm saying, listen, man, I'm a creator. Let me create. You guys just I mean, it is such a relief that I don't have to do the editing. They do so much of a better job. What is someone you get? Yeah, I'm sure you'll know before I will. I mean, yeah, I don't, I'm not holding my breath, man. I mean, it's, Gila, you know what I mean? It's like, when is Whiplash going to put one of my videos up? I mean, it doesn't fit his narrative. Maybe, I don't know. But we're playing to the peeps, man. I mean, what does 111 mean? I don't know. So I hope a certain person got some sleep. They know who I'm talking to. I hope you got some sleep. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Ay. It's snowing here and it's windy and like everything is rocking. When it's windy up here, man, it's just there's no way to stop the cold. First of all, it goes right through the windows. I don't know if you hear all that smashing around. That's my screen. I put the screen back in. I don't know why what possessed me to put the screen back, but I did, and it's knocking. Anyway, a handful of silverware dropping on a marble floor. A lot of young women's names, yeah. No idols under the Noahide laws. Women can't vote. What? No idols? Yeah, for sure, no idols. Billy Bean. But was good last night. Man, she's always good. I got a thing for Billy Bean. That's I'm just, she's just like my kind of woman. I can't help myself. No, no screen sounds, no screening. I know. I mean that. I'm not making fun of Billy Bean. I really like the way she's just like so straight up. She's just, I don't know. Billy Bean is always good. Like I said, she's one of my, I'm all right, relax, just relax, back up. Okay, look, okay, yeah, I know I'm out of line. All right, you know, all right. So yeah, so let's just move on. I don't want to get into like my Billy Bean thing. Anyway, on Manly Hall. Interesting because I did come across one of his books when I was living with the witch. Actually, her people were very satanic. I mean, she was a witch, and I came across one of the books. It was to me at that time. It was fascinating. I think it seems like he has some very interesting bits of knowledge. No Bibles under the Noahide laws. Well, you have Torah. Right, but you're right about that, Patty. There is no, and I sort of been pushing that. What happened to the light? I've sort of been pushing a bit of that. I was saying like they don't have a prayer book, man. How do you expect them to be? The Rebbe. I'm sure if the Rebbe was still in a body, man, he would have made sure that the Noahide people had a prayer book. So any Chabadniks that are listening, man, get on it already, man. Noachites need a prayer book, man. What do you think? They don't get to pray? I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm not capable of making a prayer book. That's not my thing. 500, 555. Yeah, change is coming. That's beautiful, Carol. all things we studied about the 60s and coming back. Yogananda, Ram Dass, right? Ram Dass, another biggie. Yeah, Siddhartha. I mean, I recommend, you know what? Listen to this. I recommended the book Siddhartha to my friend from Nepal. I said, Binay, you got to read Siddhartha, man. Because there's some references in there. It's kind of like knowing Hasidus. If you know Hasidus, there are certain words in Hasidus that they're not in English. Like there are similar words. But anyway, or in Kabbalah, there's certain words in Kabbalah that express, like if you say chokmah, that means like, it doesn't just mean a thought. It means a very specific type of thought and the way the thought comes into being. And people have written, oodles and oodles of tractates on just the word chokmah. But why was I going to that? Because also in the book Siddhartha, there's certain concepts that are, and maybe that's a lot of that. A lot of that is that when you read a book or you see a movie, it encapsulates a whole idea that you can communicate to somebody else just by mentioning the book. Like you say Siddhartha, and they go, Siddhartha, yeah, the ferryman, Brian's coffee is the best. I'm really grooving out on the freight train. His freight train is like, wow. My toes are curling. The hairs on my chest. Actually, there's only probably one, if that is going like is wiggling. Everything we were taught is a lie. It's absolutely true. I mean, our history it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. It's worse than a joke. It's an outright, the victors wrote the history books. They destroyed it. David Lester Straits said that you can't find a history book before 1900 because the history before 1900, the enemy erased. We don't know what happened before 1900. One is a new beginning. Yeah. Pray the Psalms. Yeah. I was looking at the Psalms this morning. It's insulting. It really is. It's worse than insulting. It's an attack. It's an attack on our consciousness. I'm sorry about the light going in and out. I don't know why I don't know how to get it to stop doing that. I think if I look at the camera, the light stays on. I don't know. Tim Cohen's cup of tea no. I'm not really so into like the anti, I like the whole, I mean, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get a bunch of bots on here, but the Jews don't believe in in J-Man, and I don't even say his name because all the bots from all over the internet will come fleeing over here. But the best person to get that from is Tuvia Singer. He does a really excellent job, and he was given permission by the rabbis to study Christianity so that he could explain to Christians why we don't believe in it. Okay, that's that, and I don't want to get into it because it's a very touchy subject. It's going to be devastating for many. Yes, it is going to be devastating. They're trying hard to control the galactic disclosure. Yeah, they're doing their best. The maps, right? We see the maps with Tartaria all over the place, with Antarctica as a huge body of land. Yeah, Tuvia Singer on YouTube. John Levy for maps and Tartaria. Yeah, the information that comes out on those Tartaria channels, I find it absolutely fascinating. It's one of my favorite channels. The whole thing with the orphans appearing in the 1900s, like I know my family lives. Part of my family lives in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and they're always talking about what a magnificent guy Mr. Hershey was because he had all these orphanages. And I'm like, now that we know about what they do at orphanages, it's like, whoa, I mean, it just puts a whole different spin on our reality. Wrote books about a top seller, got slammed by the mainstream science media. Interesting. That's an interesting post. Let me post this. Emmanuel Velikovsky. Interesting. Slam. Yeah. The science is not science. It's indoctrination. 33 continents. Wow. That's pretty cool, Audrey. Very cool. No, don't be sorry, man. Everything, hair on your chest is called bread. I came with a very my body doesn't have much hair on it. I'm lucky that I have a beard. I mean, this beard took like 30 years to grow, but yeah. So I want to I want to just change the subject. I do want to check the Intel because I really listen. I really enjoy Intel, but I want to say this, and I just made a video about it for YouTube, hopefully for YouTube, that and it goes like this: that that we can't let the Intel rule our lives. We cannot. Now I'm talking about both the mainstream Intel and the Intel that we come to know and love. We can't we can't we can't let it bother us. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that okay. I'm saying, let me put it again as an idea that I tried to develop last night. I thought more about it, and I developed the idea further. So here's the idea that I was invited to go to a certain business conference, and my first thought was, I really didn't want to go. I really like it here. I don't want to leave my space. And this relates to Intel, by the way. What I'm telling you is, I'm going to tell you through a story about how I think we should look at the Intel. So I was invited to a conference for ASEA. And I really want to see. They tell me that the plant is that once I understand the whole workings, it will have a whole different meaning for me. And I really believe in the product. I love the product. I mean, I drink 8 ounces a day, and I'm in great health, man. I mean, it's with the patches and with Purium, I feel like I'm in and I work out, man. I mean, I look at my body in the mirror. I'm like, who is that guy, man? I'm like, I decided to change myself a couple of years ago when I said I want to know what it's like to be prosperous and to do what I love to do. Part of that was I also don't want to be a little skinny good dude anymore. I want to I don't want to have a pot belly. I don't want to grow old like my father had a pot belly when he was older. I mean, my father was strong. He was a bear, man. But he had there's some dentists here and some people that also that had dentist fathers that their hands. I mean, my father had, whew. Anyway. So here's what I want to say. So I was invited to a conference at ASEA. And my first thing was like, no way, I'm not leaving my house. I love it here. I've got everything here. This is my whole shtick. I got, I have a few pieces of meat in the freezer. I got my beans. I got my rice. I got my sardines. I got my tuna cans. I'm set to go, man. I'm just going to sit here in my house and wait for the emergency alert system. Okay. So then Gila said, Ellie, she said, Guru, you should go. And I consider what I don't know if Gila's here, but like when somebody like Gila tells me go, that's, to me, that's God speaking through Gila saying, go, for God's sakes, go. You got to get, you're allowed to leave your house. And then, then here's the demon. This is the demon of doubt got into my mind. So first I said, okay, I'm going. God said it's okay. Gila says it's good, and I know that God talks through Gila, and Gila said I should go, and I'm good to go. I'm going to go. And I told the peeps, I said, my friends, I said, Danielle, I'm coming. I want to go. I want to see it. And she said, great, just let me know what your plans are, and we'll help you out, and whatever it is. I said, I need kosher food, which is going to be like they're in for a rude awakening. It's not so easy to have kosher food, but I mean, fortunately, I'm not really like I'm not a foodie, really. I mean, I am a foodie. I'm very particular about what I eat, but I'm not like, I can go without food if I have to, and I can, and it doesn't drive my life the way it might or it used to maybe. But anyway, so I said, I'm going, I'm coming, everyone was happy, the El Exahenti jumped off all the kids in the village jumped off the dock. El Exahenti says it's good coffee, everybody approves, everyone's happy, the kids are jumping into the river. Hopefully there are no piranhas. And then I started to think about it. I'm like, really? I'm going to go out into the world? How will I, it's not, I'm leaving my house, my Shangri-La, my place where I can look at the water 24/7. I mean, I literally lay in bed and can see the water, man. I mean, I don't sleep at night. I look at the water all night and the plains. So I said, I'm not leaving, man. I can't. I called her back. I said, I thought about it. I just, and this is the demon of doubt. This is Amalek. This is how the devil, let's say, the Satan, tries to cool you down to godliness, to doing something, to doubt. You get doubt in your system. You say, I want to give charity to this guy. Let's give him a $10 bill. And then you start to think about it. It's like, well, can I really afford $10? No, maybe I should give him $3, maybe $4. It's like all these afterthoughts are not probably as godly as the initial thought. Give him a 10 already, man. Give the guy a $10 bill. So I had this, the demon of doubt came into my mind. I said, Danielle, I just can't go. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah. I mean, you can mention his name. It doesn't piss me off so much, but it does piss me off a little bit. But that's someday I'll get to explain the real deal about it. YouTube will not let me talk about this. Gil and I had a beautiful interview, and we discussed this, and we set it to rights, and we made peace between Christianity and Judaism, and they took it down, and they penalized me, and that was the beginning. Anyway, so the demon of doubt. So okay, so I went, and I said, I can't go. I'm not going to go. And then yesterday, I went out of the house to see my son. And I saw how hard it was for me to get out of the house. It was like it took forever for me to get out of the house. I had to have this boot. I have to have this insert. I can't wear I have flat feet, so I wear inserts. But I can't. But I need an umbrella. But umbrella's too heavy. All these things were driving me, and I kept coming in and out of the house, which you're not supposed to do if you're a Hasidic. You're supposed to just leave the house. But I kept coming in. I kept pressing the elevator. I'm ready to go. The elevator would come and going, wait a minute, hold it. And I ran back into my apartment. I mean, I'm doing this over and over again. And I'm late. I showed up late for my son, which I'm a very timely person. I have Germanic blood on both sides of my ancestry. Like I'm nutty about time. It's painful for me to be late. It's, like even on this channel, like last night, I was late last night. It was torture for me. This coffee is really strong. That's why I'm blabbing so much. Anyway, so this all came together. So I realized, okay, Ellie, you got to go, man. It was like this. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move, child. You got to move. Because when the Lord get ready, you got to move. You may be high, you may be low, You may be rich, child, you may be poor, but when the Lord get ready, you got to move. So I realized I had to move, man. It was like I realized, Ellie, get over it, man. Get over it. You know, the intel, the emergency alert system is about to go off and I can't do anything. I have to stay home. I can't leave the house. This is paralyzing. It's ridiculous. So I came to that conclusion. And Danielle said, Ellie, she says, there's always going to be news. I'm like, well, yeah, but the banks are collapsing now and everything's going down. We're in the storm, you know, but she said, yeah, but it's always going to be happy. I think I love Danielle. I mean, anyway, so she said this and it just like said, you know, she's right. She's right. There's always something going to be going down, man. So, and then then I had to deal with like, okay, I need a travel agent. I can't do this myself. It's too complicated. It's just like, but I got up like an hour early. Not an hour early. I got up like 2:30 this morning, and I said, Ellie, just book a damn flight. All right, just book the flight. Just book the flight and get a hotel room. What's the big deal? You're not incapable. I know you want to make a video. You want to be creative and you want to like cook something nice for yourself or whatever it is. But make the reservations. Be a mensch. Be a human being. So I struggled. It took me a long time because I haven't traveled in years. I mean, with the lockdown and everything else, I haven't been out of my, even in Crown Heights. I didn't leave my house there either. I love it there. There I had a little backyard with all my tools in the shed. I mean, I love my house. I love this house. Wherever I live, I love it, and I don't want to leave it. That's how I am. So anyway, so I finally convinced myself, just make a reservation, and I did it this morning. It was it was hard, and of course I don't have the money, but I'm like, you'll never have the money. You're never gonna you're gonna have an extra, really. You're gonna wait for, it's like Ellie, get a grip, man. So I booked the flight. I made the flight. I was a big, as somebody who used to torment me a little bit would say, I put on my big boy pants and I did the right thing. Anyway, I'm going through this and we haven't even got to Intel, but I think this is a really important thing. Anyway, so at the end of the day is that I thank Danielle for encouraging me, and I really love her for it. And I'm really appreciative that, like, that I'm willing to leave the house. I don't want to leave the house. I love it here, but you got to do stuff. You got to live, and we can't just like live for the intel. We can't just wait. We can't just sit here and wait for the emergency alert system to go off. It's not productive. It's like we have to know that it could come at any time, and it may not come, and it doesn't matter, because I have to examine my own self and say, what do I really need to do today? What do I need to do? So that's big boy pants. Yeah, man. I mean, it's so insulting, but some people talk to me that way. It's okay. I just laugh it off. I mean, but anyway, oh, this coffee is so good. All right, so let's go to the intel. So that's my thing, is that don't let the intel paralyze your life. Don't let the bottom line is like this. Don't let what's outside of you rule your kingdom. Rule your kingdom from inside, from your heart, from your knowing of what your true purpose in life is. My true purpose is to make videos, but can I make a video when I'm traveling? Yeah. I mean, hello, guru, put on your big boy pants, man. You travel a little bit, live a little bit. I mean, I got to live like a refugee. I already left living like a refugee. I left the Department of Education, and now I got to live like a refugee. In paradise is also living like a refugee. I mean, so that's it, man. Put on your cowboy boots and move. Yeah. Thank you, Wendy. All right. So anyway, so let's go. Yeah, rule from your soul. Exactly. That's the lesson here, and I think it's really important that we're not paralyzed by the intel. It is paralyzing to be on the forefront of the intelligence process. We are digital warriors. We are right in the front lines, but Even 17 said, focus, focus, ascend. Really, we should be focusing on our ascension and not on what we think is about to happen. So that's it. All right, wait until dawn that you have to be. Yeah, traveling today is stupid as it gets. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, listen, to get out, I'm taking the opposite opinion. I just feel like there's a reason for me to go. It's a good place to go. It's there are different approaches to Hasidus, like the Baal Shem Tov, the original Chassid, the original like holy dude in Judaism in the 1700s, traveled everywhere. He traveled incognito. He traveled, and his student, the Maggid, stayed in one place. So people have different things. I'm not saying I'm at the level of the Baal Shem Tov or the Maggid. I'm not on their level, but I'm just saying, like, some people are supposed to travel and some not, but whatever. Check the regulations. They still have regulations. Well, I'm not leaving the U.S. I'm not leaving the U.S. A lot of people are also telling me I need to go to Israel, and I want to go to Israel. I really do. I want to see it. And you should know that the Rebbe said Makda Yisrael, meaning make this the Holy Land, make this the Promised Land. He didn't say, he never went to Israel. The Rebbe never went to Israel. He never left. He went to, he's in Russia, he was in France, he was in New York. They get everywhere super fast. Yeah, especially with the Baal Shem Tov. He used to get on a wagon and they had kafisas haderech, meaning they could travel from point A to point B in a few minutes. They had magical Yogananda type powers. Anyway, okay, so I'm sorry I got off on a rant, but I think it's important that we not get snowed down by our own intel. Notified 30 minutes later. Oh, yeah, maybe we'll all go to Israel. Who the heck knows? We'll something will happen. But I want to go. I don't want to go. I mean, it's the same thing. Do I really want to leave the house? No, but whatever. Okay, so let's look at some intel here. Okay, I'm going to move this up and get this off. I'm going to go to. Let's check out the white hats first and foremost. Where are they? Where did you guys go? Here we are. I think we already read this thing. Didn't we read this? Yeah, but we can read it again. Okay, I'm going to put this up. I'm going to go here and then over here. And then, okay, here we go to Intel land. Okay, you guys ready? Now, I'm going to read from this. I think we looked at this last night, but this is a very important concept to go. Oh, there's another important concept that I got last night after the meeting, and that is that this whole thing with the banks is apparently almost made Aliyah. We should all okay, but that's not what the Rebbe said. The Rebbe said we should make this the Holy Land, that everywhere should be the Holy Land. Don't be paralyzed by overthinking. That's exactly right, John. Exactly right. Yeah. So, hey, Bella. Yeah, we'll figure out a way to get those cups to you. And okay, so the intel that I wanted to pass on was that the whole thing with the banks have already been taken down according to this source. The banks are already toast. This is just for people to know about. And this is the DS, this is the elites trying to distract us from the D class, which is taking place. Okay, the crash has already taken place. Now it's D class, but they don't want the regular folks to see it. Flying wild Alaska. They're dumbs. Yeah, they're dumbs in Alaska. Yeah. Why did I put the screen back in this time of year? The wind is ripping, man. Wow. And the guys are working on building the next door. Okay, so anyway, the Noahide laws, what BB is pushing, and what's BB. The Noahide laws are really important, and the Rebbe part, I have fallen on my task because I don't mention them as much as I should. Yeah. Okay, so yes, the Messiah will make the whole world holy, but don't wait. Don't wait for the actual, just keep. All right, so this whole thing, so the whole thing with what the news that we get, this is about Durham. They're saying that, you know what, it's all a show. The whole thing is a show. At the end of the day, the military's in control. What you're seeing with the banks, what we're seeing in Congress, everything we're seeing is just a show. And really, we need to focus on Ascension. That's kind of how this fits in. Let me just see if there's so okay. So we already got that. Let me just check in here. Tucker Carlson goes there. If people don't start making a lot of noise, it will mean digital currency. If you want to make a run on the banks, this is how you talk. Okay, so Tucker Carlson goes there. Stealth Warrior 7. Follow this great patriot page, okay. Furious Dr. F lashes out at EM and GOP leaders calling for his arrest. He claims his family still needs protection due to death threats 2 months after he quit. I don't think it's the real guy. He doesn't look like the real guy, but it's all playing out that way. So you slept like a baby. You put the Silent Night patch on the forehead. Interesting. You slept nicely. Yeah, I love those patches, man. Okay, so yeah, but this is all distraction, right? That's what I'm saying. This is all okay. Prison for Dr. F. Banks are hiding 620 billion in losses. Okay, so this is all, like I said, what this post told me is that this is already after the fact. The banks are already down. It's just, it's not public yet. And they're trying to distract us. Now let's see what our friend Whippy has. 3.14 is full circle. Okay, this is full circle. Let me see what this is a reference to pi, full circle, and the medical thing is internet kill, circumference of a circle. C divided by D is 3.14. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for madness. Okay, so, this is the kind of crippling intel that I'm talking about. You guys got that? Get ready for madness. 314. That's today. Get ready. But I still got a life, man. I still got to do what I got to do, and I don't feel bad for planning a move and planning to get on an airplane. I haven't been on an airplane in gosh, I don't even remember the last time I was on an airplane. Do I remember the last time I was on an airplane? I think I was with my son. I think it was a long time ago. No, you know what? I remember putting my son on an airplane. I haven't been on an airplane since I went to Toronto for Father's Day, for Father's weekend. That was probably, my son was probably like, it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Ready for madness already. Yeah, we've been ready. We're already ready for madness, right? We really need a warning. No criticism to anyone, but okay, so good news for investors. What's the good news for investors? Okay, I'm not going there. Just in. EU Parliament votes for the mandatory renovation of old buildings to save energy. Estimated 35 million buildings are affected across Europe. Here cometh those satanic Illuminati royal castles. Let her rip, ready for destruction so we can rebuild. I don't know, man. 315, beware the Ides of March. 317, they FOOKED, Red October nuke standoff over. Okay, so, a lot could happen in the next couple of days, or nothing could happen. Or it could be all happening behind the scenes and we never even hear about it. You're only 2 hours from Toronto? Nice. It's beautiful up there. Freezing. 20-year no smoking. Yeah, congratulations. I have more than 20 years of not smoking. Boy, that was the best thing I ever did. I literally had to leave my second wife to quit smoking. I knew that if I didn't leave her, I would not quit smoking. I would not. I went to a hypnotist. I said, I want to leave my wife and I want to quit smoking at the same time. Can you do that? And he says, okay, yeah, I can do it. And he did. He hypnotized me to do both, because I knew I had to do it. And I knew staying with her, man, forget about it. How many tunnels are under those tunnels? Okay, so this is 314, it's full circle. Let me see let me go to this while you were sleeping, Swiss credit. Let me see what he's got at the end. While you were sleeping, there's a lot of planes up. Taiwan unveils portable attack drone. Okay. Revelation, the harvest of New World Order grapes of wrath. What is this? Swing your sickle now to gather the clusters of grapes from the vines of earth, for they are ripe for judgment. This sounds very New Testament-y, not for me. Okay, the event should be about 3 days based on the Day of Pigs, then the 10-day shutdown of Earth and the activation of the military EBS and TVs worldwide. Now, if I was trapped in another place for 10 days, would it be the end of the world? Would I be pining away from my cans of tuna? I'd say, you know what? I have all that tuna at home, man. That's what I'm saying. You know what? It's exactly what I'm saying, Warren. I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to live. I'm going to do what I have to do. I am totally ignoring it, because you know what? I've been living with these warnings. If it could happen this week, if it does happen this week, I'll know, and I won't be able to fly away next week. But it's okay. Smoke a fat blunt and chill, man. Yeah. So many in survival mode. No money to buy silver with. Silver is hard. Hardiness for children. Yeah, it's not an easy time. Turn your head and have a cigarette. I know a lot of a lot of doctors smoke. That's sort of the classic thing. Anyway, okay, so yeah, we've seen this intel for months. 321, Paris blockchain, stellar major supporter, AZ Arizona. Okay, 322, National Puppy Day. Red October returns to base. Evergreen drew a phallic in the Suez Canal at Passover. All right, whatever. 324, Mr. Poole to 36. 0 hour for Earth is 325. East, I don't know Easter, but Passover is April 5th to April. Do I have my calendar? I don't have my calendar with me, but I think it's like April 20th or something. No, it can't be April 5th. Let's say April 5th. If it starts on the 5th, it ends on the 15th. Can of salmon is almost $10 here. Really? Wow. I hate cigarettes now. I can't even be around somebody smoking. And you know what else I hate? I was a carpenter for many, many years. I cannot withstand if I'm around any sawdust, my body just wants to shut down. I cannot handle it. Yeah, because they know what the treatments do. Gary, you're right. 100%. Gary's always on the money, man. Kush is my cologne. Lived in a van. Chris Farley. I don't know who Chris Farley is. Cigarettes are awful. Yes, 100%. Groceries are expensive. College kids are suffering. Yeah, we're all. Yeah, it. Hopefully, it'll end soon. I don't know. I don't know what to say, but you live in the salmon capital of the world. Can't catch a fish to eat. Have to have a license. Where do you live, Island Girl? I just. Okay, so Chris Farley. I don't know who Chris Farley is. I hate beautiful painted wood. I see what you're saying. Big old guy from Saturday Night Live. He lives in a van now. My daughter is number one. Yeah, when you have a child, man, the child is number one. Get a pet. Vancouver Island. Wow, I am so jealous. That is probably, well, actually, I'm not jealous anymore, but Mio, God, I love everyone should subscribe to Mio's channel. She's so amazing. Mio, you're just like godliness in a body, man. You just like, it's like you're stepping out of um, who's not Van Gogh. Who's the Dutch painter that I love? I can't remember his name now. Um, the one who does a lot of self portraits. I can't believe I can't remember his name. Okay, whatever. Um, what happened to the light? You guys brighten up. Come on, brighten up. Um, okay, so yes. Okay, so let me just see what the latest intel is. The 13 bloodline families, highly complex and convoluted conspiratorial plot to destroy the U.S. exposes itself during primetime video. Code and policy. The law is U.S. federal system of the U.S. Constitution. Okay, a lot of the hot intel is not so hot anymore. That's kind of what I'm saying. Let's look at Norman Rockwell. No, not Norman Rockwell. The Dutch painter. I can't remember. Rembrandt. Yeah, Rembrandt. Yeah, Rembrandt. Just I feel like Mio. When I listen to Mio, I feel like I could stand in front of a Rembrandt painting for, like 5 or 10 minutes. I love it, and it's like being in Mia's world. Mio's world. It's just amazing. Rembrandt. Yeah. There's some nice Rembrandts in New York City, so I know from this. Things are really looking up. I think so. Chris Farley might still be alive. Interesting. New Zealand. Nice, Peter. Mio is so beautiful. I know, man. She is like beauty on legs. Just pure beauty and grace and godliness and wisdom. And the Rembrandt. Don't you feel like, she's, it's just, I don't know. Listen, I have never been to the Netherlands. I've never been to any of these places. I've never been to Europe. I've never been anywhere really. I've been to the Caribbean a couple times. I went south. I'm very parochial. I'm very like I'm a homeboy. Van Gogh. Yeah, I don't want to think about that. But Rembrandt. Let's talk about Rembrandt anyway. Let's see what they got here. Some news. The film asks whether a planetary alignment esoteric knowledge may have been used to plan the attack. Isn't that a kind of a contradiction in terms deep dive and Jason Q at the same? That it just seems like a kind of a doesn't it's funny how I don't know, man. Listen, we have our own thought stream. We don't have to be jealous of the Patriots that they all accumulate together and they don't have any guys with yarmulkes in their channels. It's okay. Yeah, Mio is amazing. Yeah, and not just lifelike, but also just like so compassionate, so human, so so emotive. Go camping and film it. Yeah, I actually did that in my earlier channels. I went camping. I went with my son to. We hiked around in New Hampshire a couple of years ago. It's already been years. And he said, Tati, make a video right here. And I did. I had my cell phone. I made a video. Yeah, I like being in the woods. Yeah, he sold out. I mean, that shows you where the Patriot community is going, man. I mean, you got these guys, these Holocaust denying type people, hateful, really hateful people. But anyway, I don't want to go into that. All grifters will die. Yes, indeed. So the bottom line is that we got this. Unfortunately, here, Kay Happenings. I can stand her. She's nice. Moody's cuts outlook on the U.S. banking system to negative, citing rapidly deteriorating operating environment. That's an understatement. Treasury finally hands over the JB bank records to the Republicans. Okay, they're going to learn a lot. CR climax round, the big kaboom, leaving the BTC data center to last, big pharma, Tenement Square, who controls the CCP, think UK royals, and the 13 bloodline families that the Patriots don't want to mention. It's all about the Jews to the Patriots, man. I just, you got to love these guys. They're zany, they're cool, they're ignorant, they're biased, they're hateful, and we have nothing else to go for information. It's a sad state of being, and that's kind of where I think my thing was going, is that we can't trust the mainstream media, and we can't totally trust. I think we can totally trust, like, if you know how to read these 17 posts. I trust military intelligence, but I do not trust these guys who interpret military intelligence, because they have an agenda, and their agenda is not nice. It's not nice. It doesn't include all people. It includes their kind of people. It doesn't include Jewish people. I mean, what kind of world are you going to have? You're going to have a world without Jewish people? What kind of world is that? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, make up your minds. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying also that, I mean, I wish there were more peeps like me. I mean, I wish there were more, not necessarily Jewish, but people who really believed that this movement is about everyone and not just certain types and certain agendas and, certain, like, focuses on, Mashiach is going to come from the Kennedy clan, I mean, this kind of stuff. I mean, the Druze are the real, I mean, this is just like, it's all very nice. But anyway, I'm not going to go there because I don't want to lose this channel also. That's how I lost the last channel. Speaking truth can be quite dangerous. Yeah, and it's not even the bankers that are the problem. You're right. It's the people behind the bankers. It's the reptiles underground that give the bankers their power. They're anti-Mexican, and yeah. Calm down. Thank you, Bella. I appreciate it. I will. Zuckerberg to fire 10,000 employees in the second round of job cuts at Facebook. Okay. Thank you, Bella. Let me just check with the stock market right now and see how that's going. I'll just check in this 1 second. It's up about 400 points, and gold is actually down to 1900. So, okay, go figure. Dead cat bounce, whatever. Anyway, why can't we all just be one? We will be. In the end of the days, this is really, trust the plan means God is the plan. Right. And the chosen may not be, the chosen are the ones who are inclusive. It may just be people that accept everyone. I don't know. I mean, it's not so clear. A tarot reader, yeah. There are 3 different timelines humanity will have for ascension. Yeah, yeah, maybe it's different. It's going to be different for different people. That could be also. We don't know. What is happening in Germany? Yeah, probably the bank's going down. We all came from Noah. That's that. Yeah, that I think that's pretty. Print more money. There you go. At the end of the day, man, just kick the can down the line. Just print some money and have at it. God is the plan. Yeah. Hug a tree, man. That's a good one. Or walk on a jetty where I live. That's interesting, Island Girl. Let's hope it happens soon. All right. So I hope I mean I think there was kind of a unified message that came out of this, which is that really at the end of days, trust God, trust your heart, trust your own evaluation, and don't get too sidetracked by the demon of doubt and by, you know, Dylan had a great line. I mean, I know Dylan's sold out to the Sutton, but you know, don't go something like don't go trusting don't go, you know, whatever. You have to pick your profits. You have to, but at the end of the day, jetty, yeah, jetty, man. Yeah, if you're out here by the water, these jetties are like, I mean, my mother laughed because she called me and I was on the beach. I'm like, Mom, look at this jetty. It's enormous. I'm like so impressed by the jetties out here because it's the real ocean here. It's not like I grew up in Long Island Sound, right in the bay. The bay has nice little jetties, man, and they get whipped around by hurricanes. I mean, they're not nothing, but these jetties, man, they're like, you know, they're big, they're huge. They're 50 feet across, maybe. I mean, they're just wide and long, and they have to be because that ocean is not to be played with. She says things are going down in Germany. That's interesting. No, the ISO 222. No, that's for everybody. That's going to level the playing field for everybody. Because I mean, you can do it now. If you can buy a few XLM, a few coins for it costs 8 cents right now, 8.5 cents. You could buy a couple of XLM. That's an ISO coin. God loves everybody, and everybody would. Yeah, we're all in this together, man. You going fishing? Nice. Where you going fishing, Billy Bear? Hug a tree, cry. Yeah. I'll pick a sprain. Yeah. The Outer Bank of North Carolina. Oh my gosh, I love the Outer Banks. I went there with a pretty woman one time. She wanted to, like, she says, I'm out of here, man. I'm leaving you. I can't live on this. I can't be on the same island with you. God bless her. She was out of it. But the stars that we saw at night were just on the Outer Banks. There's like no light pollution over there. It's like that was the best starry sky I've ever seen in my life. And also something else I like about the Outer Banks that's really weird is that the crabs come up from underneath the thing, and they'll take your glasses, and they took apart my glasses. I don't know how they did that. They unscrewed it and took down like this part of the glasses. Crab traps, yeah, nice. And the intercoastal, that's so beautiful. Yeah, my parents went down the intercoastal when they went down to the Caribbean in their boat. Caught 2 fish, 2 herring, and 1 smelt. You, John F., you're near me? You're in New York City? Said he didn't see the ocean, only law. Mio, you're amazing. Everyone is the chosen one. Yes, that is really, I believe that's the bottom line. There are still wild horses in the Outer Banks. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of pollution, but I think it's Cape Cod. Oh, you're in Cape Cod. 2 herring. Oh, that's right. You're at the beginning of Cape Cod. I forget, not Plymouth, but yeah, I know where you are, John F. My parents lived in Cape Cod for like 20 years. It's a great place. I never really caught many fish. Honestly, I did a couple times. I caught some bluefish there and some striped bass, but by and large, it wasn't, for me, it wasn't a great fishing spot. What's your idea of a pretty woman? Schiffer, yeah. Thank you, Schiffer. Schiffer and I are going to do an interview. We're gonna talk to each other. I think on Wednesday. I don't have my calendar, but I have it written down. Schiffer, don't worry. And yeah, thanks for checking in, man. I mean, it makes me feel like that I'm not totally worthless. Like I don't feel like cut off from the Chabad community. Falmouth, right? People in the Chabad community do contact me and do say loving, beautiful things. And you know what? Nobody ever ostracized me at my shul, even though I was screaming about the medical treatment. They never said, Ellie, don't come back here. They were like, we love you, man. Just calm down, relax, daven, So pray for guidance. Yeah. The herring and the smelt, right? Yeah. Gary always crabbing on Long Island, yeah, off the docks at night. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun for kids, man. I did that in Long Beach Island off New Jersey, near where Chosen lives. Are the reptiles the cause of the Mandela effect? I don't know. Scarlet herring. Gary got it. Yeah, Gary gets everything. Went to a great anyway, Shifra, I mean, just thank you so much for coming. But I got a call from a friend of mine, Tuvia, not Tuvia singer, but another Tuvia, and he says he totally agrees with me, and Rabbi Green agrees with me. I mean, there are a lot of guys who are in the camp that I'm in that are kind of like, fighting against, not fighting, but we're just like, you want us to do what? You want me to do what? You want me to stick that in my skin, under my skin? I'm like, really? I don't think so. Went to a Chabad concert, yeah. You fell. My friend thought I fell off the boat because I was so quiet. I went to a great Chabad concert at Hanukkah. The rabbi sings and dances, yeah. Chabad is great. The Rebbe is great. I'm not, I'm not knocking my peeps. I'm just saying, like, if you think, I mean, the Patriots seem to want to think this is a Jewish conspiracy. It's just, if it was a Jewish conspiracy, would Israel be the number one, like, medically compliant nation in the world? You think? I don't know, man. My Patriots, man, they kind of let me down a little bit, but I still believe in military intelligence. I still believe in 17. It's just the people who interpret 17 sometimes put in their own spin on things. It's all about the Zionists to them. Really? Zionists, really? You think we're the enemy? All right. Nothing to do with the 13 bloodline families, man. That's we don't even mention them. Vatican, nah, they had nothing to do with it. It's the Zionists, yeah. Anyway, yeah, Jason probably echoes my. I'm just it never ceases to amaze me how my fellow patriots can take such a good idea, and a lot. I don't know. Listen, I don't have a monopoly on good sense. I'm certainly not for the Kabbalah. I don't think so. I think the ISO 222. I don't believe that's the central bank currency. That is a different thought stream. Don't fear women. I'll try, man. I'm a little nervous. I get nervous around girls. I'll be honest. That's because I really like them. I really like them a lot, and listen. I'm a shy guy. You think like yeah, I had ASEA Ariel. Yeah, I know, but I think it's been taken to. It's like we never mention the 13 bloodline families. Really, it's all about Khazaria, really, and all these Khazarians are Jewish. Really, it's really Zionism. Really, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, it just seems a little bit over the top. But the wind is whipping. Yeah, the wind is whipping here. I mean, the snow is falling horizontally right now. There's sheets of snow going sideways. Jewish weddings are the best, absolutely. Hey, Michael. Jewish weddings are fun. I found the Japanese and India are very kind people. There are a lot of kind people. They're good people all over the world. I went to last night. I went to a Chinese restaurant. The people are so lovely and humble and just delightful. Yeah, but yeah, women are the best thing that ever happened to men. Yeah, absolutely. I just haven't. Listen, I'm still I'm still going. I'm still learning. I mean, I just I have slightly different agenda. And yes, relax. Okay, just back up. You don't have to butt into everything. Oh, yeah. He's got to chime in. Can, can you give me a break, man? Yeah, I got issues. Okay, so what? Who doesn't have issues? Okay. Anyway, no, we can't discuss the beauty of women. I'm trying to stay in my body, man. I can't. I have to stay focused. It's like the intel, I can't. Women are. I mean, there's no question. They're spectacular, but everything in its place. I guess I don't know. I just haven't figured out. Listen, I've been married 3.5 times at least, and I just haven't. I'm still getting my sea legs. I still haven't figured it out. Now, somebody said yesterday, and I agree with this, that all my marriages were productive and fruitful in their own way, and I learned a lot from all of them. And they were all we all left on good terms, except for the half one. The one I didn't actually marry. She was not. I don't think she's ever talked to me, but people are going change after all we've gone through. I think everyone's motivation will change and the right lady will come on. Yeah. No, I mean, everything, I trust God. Listen, I trust God. Oh my God, extreme highs and extreme lows. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, Bella, man, you got some fans here. All right, so I guess we can. I guess we've discussed everything in the world already. Yorkie is my number one researcher, man. He gives me the best info. Moody's cuts, yeah, the outlook, yeah, we got that already. Um, Benaya, Benay, okay, okay. So, yeah, so the stock market's going up a little bit. Who's Guru talking to? I'm talking to God. We have this kind of like we have a contentious relationship. I'm constantly like he's like reminds me, to try to do the right thing, and I'm not an easy sell, man. I mean, um, end of the movie soon, I think so. Just got your Purim. Oh, Purium. Oh, enjoy it, Raven. It is great. I really, really like the product. I think I'm going to move into drinking it twice a day. And by the way, I was very resistant to eating the protein pills, but now I'm like, eat them, man, because I need the protein. I work out. Haven't seen any chemtrails. Push and pull. Mio, you are such a shining star in the sky. You are a Rembrandt. You are if I was Rembrandt, man, you would be the first person I would paint, Mio. You're so complex. You're so deep. You're so profound. You're so innocent and questioning. And I love the way you think. I mean, I think in the future that Mio is going to be the like I don't know what an equivalent would be in the Welt. I mean, I can't say she's going to be the Frank Sinatra of no, that's gross. Um, get more silver when it's cheap. Yeah, stock market is being manipulated. Yeah, it just don't want to fool you. Exactly right, Michael. I'm with you 100% on that one. This whole thing is a manipulation to keep you from looking at the real deal and don't make me fall in love with you. Oh, that's so sweet, man. You can. I think it's okay to fall in love with people. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I'm in love with a lot of people. I fall in love all the time, and then you can just, you can, you don't, you know, I mean, listen, you're thousands of miles away. I mean, what are we going to do about it? And you're too young for me. I mean, you have a life. You should have children, and you know, um, it just but we could still be in love with each other. I mean, I love you. Of course, I love you. Who can not love Mio? Um, but anyway, it's just I think it's a good thing to be easy to fall in love. I mean, it's there's nothing it doesn't have to be like a blasphemous kind of you don't have to actualize it. You don't just have to say, what? I mean, I fall in love with guys too. I mean, not like physically, but I'm just like, I love that guy. He's so sweet. He's just like he's beautiful. And I've had crushes on really on ladies. I mean, on girls since I was 3 years old. I had my first crush, and I never stopped. I'm 68 now. I still have crushes, and all the time. I'm in love with a couple of people. It's just I think it's a good thing. I don't think we have to like stifle ourselves, sit on, yes, right, right, yes. See, he wants to chime in. He's yes, I get it. Okay, All right. Anyway, God's shutting me down. He says enough. You said enough. All right. Okay, I got you. I got you. It just is. That's all right. It's a bro crush. You could have a crush on. You could have a crush on. Listen, I love my sea glass collection. I mean, I have a crush on. I mean, I was out collecting sea glass the other day, and Gila called, and it took me like 5 minutes to realize, oh my God, Gila's talking to me, and I'm still sitting here looking for sea glass. It took me 5 minutes to realize, the most incredible person in the universe. is on the phone, and I'm looking for sea glass. That's the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Anyway, so you don't have to pervert love, right? It's just perfect. Yeah, exactly right. Well, I mean, you say Jewish people are Hebrew, but like I mean, I'm learning Hebrew. I'm just learning Hebrew. I mean, I've been learning for 20 years. I know it pretty well. Yeah, Gila is very loved here. I mean, I mean, she's been a friend to me. Like I have never had a friend like, she's amazing. But we're not, she's married. We keep our distance. It's totally kosher. It's, um, you know, a hash muffin in Amsterdam. A hash muffin. I read a thing in like High Times once where somebody ate like a hash muffin. Like did that? They ate some cannabis, and they had to crawl back to their hotel room. um, yeah, he's getting sick. You should get a room. Yeah, nah, yeah, whatever. It doesn't have to be like that, man. I'm not. I'm not. I'm very in actuality. I'm a very very shy person. I would probably when push comes to shove, I can talk big now because I'm sitting by myself. But when it comes to it, I'm incredibly shy. Like I was thinking that yesterday. It's like, you probably think, hey, let's go hang out with Guru, man. And it's like, or Ellie, and he's such a cool dude. But if you're hanging with me one on one, you say, that guy's like he's useless. He's so shy, man. Anyway, eating is way more hardcore. Yeah. Yeah, it really zonks you out. That's true. And Mio in Amsterdam, I mean, are you in Amsterdam? Um, my best friend, man, but he isn't awake. Yeah, it's sweet though. You never know who you're gonna. Yeah, we are introverts. Yeah, yeah, Mio, you're very sensitive. Mio, what sign are you? I wonder what sign you are. Maybe you're totally Mio. Yeah, cocoa canna tincture. Eat it daily. It's recommended all human beings. Yeah, Denmark. I want to go to Amsterdam. Okay, so you're in Denmark. I got it. Lacey, yeah. Sagittarius. Oh no, wow. Wow, yeah, I'm Aquarius, so we probably would get along. Schiffer's an Aquarius. I'm going to be very interested in how we converse with each other, because it's very hard. I think it's very hard for Aquariuses to talk to each other. I had another woman who was an Aquarius, and we did an interview together, and it was like, I'm like talking to myself, man. I mean, it's like we're not even two people. We're like all, it's just like, um, no, the 13 bloodline families were not forced to pick religion. They're from Rome. They lived in Rome. They were in the Vatican. They never left Rome. They never went to. They were not Khazarians. Fire walk with me, Mio. Choose. No, but that was that was the in Russia. That was in like around 700 800 AD. That's a whole different story. But nobody wants to tell the story of the people. Sagittarius. Yeah. I think Aquariuses get along with Saggies. Anyway, I'm a beat researcher. Still single. You believe that? Yorkie, 48 beat researcher. Yorkie is my number one researcher, man. He's my man. He gets me SG Anon's latest things and everything. The matrix is crumbling. Gemini. Now I'm supposed to get along with Gemini. My last wife was a Gemini, and yeah, I mean we got along. We got along. We raised a child together in that way. I don't know. This is top 10. Yeah, I'm totally off the wall. John F. Cape Cod. I can't believe it, man. That is so cool. My parents lived in Chatham. They rented a little house that was like close to the water, and they lived there for like 20 years after their sailboat crashed off the coast of Mexico. They lived on a sailboat for 5 years. The sailboat crashed, and they moved eventually to Cape Cod. What about Scorpio? See, my Venus is in Scorpio, so I have a kind of a side to me that's not that's very hard to deal with. So that's really the bottom line is I'm Aquarius, but my Venus is in Scorpio. That's probably why I've had so many wives and why it just doesn't really seem to work out. I have issues. Yeah, I heard that about Obama. Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll call Shifra again. Thanks for coming by, man. I'm really looking forward to our interview to I think it's on Wednesday. And thanks for all the good work you're doing out there, Shifra and Mio and everybody else. I didn't get a divorce yet. I'm separated. I can't deal with the legal system. I'm just like I don't want to deal with lawyers. My wife and I are both Aquarius, but you can't seem to communicate at all. That's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. My wife and I are both Aquarians. Somehow we love each other deeply, but can't seem to communicate well at all. We understand and feel the same things, but it's tomato v tomato. Yeah, I think so. And that's beautiful that you realize that. And you realize that underneath you really love each other. You just can't express it consciously, right? There are 5 kinds of love, yeah. Were you on board in the sailing accident? No, I was not. I was not. I was somewhere else. Freaky and floaty. I love you, Mio. You're too much, man. Oh, is that the name of your dogs? No. Freaky and floaty. Those are great words. Mio, you're right out of Rembrandt, man. I mean, you're unbelievable. All right, so I didn't get it. Yeah, I can't deal with lawyers right now. I mean, it's satanic. It's satanic, and I'm just like, I'm in a lawsuit against the Department of Education. I told the lawyers, I said, man, I will gladly give you 40% at the end because I don't want to have anything to do with this lawsuit. I'm not getting my emotions involved. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm just going to, when the time comes, I'm going to take the check. I'm going to put it in my bank. I'll probably go out for a walk on the beach. And then I'll do what do you call it, a kabuki dance or something? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I've been in lawsuits and I'm like, it eats you out from the inside. I am not dealing, and the same with the divorce. When my wife is ready to get divorced, we'll just, it'll happen. And it'll be like this. I'll be like, okay, babe, it was fun. Listen, I told my wife yesterday, if I make a lot of money on like lobster, I'll still give her money. We raised a child together. She's the best, she's the best cook. I mean, she's whatever. Anyway, she's a she's a terrific woman in many, many ways. It's just that we knew for a long time that we just didn't belong together. We even went to like the primo therapist in Chabad, and he said, you two are nice people, but you shouldn't be married. So, whatever. Anyway, but we stayed together for Mendel, and Mendel said, I'm out, man. I'm leaving you guys. I don't want to hang out with you. You don't really understand each other. It's not so cool. We didn't fight. We just avoided each other. I was like two, icicles living in the same house. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've already said too much. Freaky and floaty. Meal, you're too much. Yeah. Okay, guys. So I'm blabbing. I've had the coffee is really good today. I had a very strong cup of Brian's Best. Brian of Spiritual Being, the Freight Train Man, rocks. I can say that I think Freight Train was the sponsor of this last thing. Don't forget, if you're in, if you want, I mean, the health products, man, I think are really good. I'm planning to do a Zoom meeting I thought, I have a list of all the people that have purchased the ASEA product, and I think I want to do a Zoom thing, but we're also scheduling a Zoom thing for Patreon that's coming out, because in Zoom, like, you guys could talk, it wouldn't all be me, freaky and floaty. It sounds like the beginning of a poem, a song. You can do a song, be freaky and floaty, man. I love that. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we'll see you guys tonight. Should be good. Oh, I'm going to be talking to Dr. Stacy in a few hours at 3:30. So if you have any question about about the patch product, okay, come at 3:30. I think there was somebody who wanted to ask her some questions, and I'm going to try I'm getting the aloe vera, avita, whatever it is, the A one, and I'm going to wear it at night. Glutathione is another good one. I've actually, but anyway, okay. So I will see you guys in a couple of hours. Purium is great food source, all organic. It's hard to get good organic stuff. So yeah, we're trapped? Okay, so we didn't go to the end. Do we have LifeWay patches today? Yes, I'm gonna be talking to Dr. Stacy later at 3:30. Clickbait? Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry if you don't. You know, what can I tell you, man? It's like, I'm sorry, mid-mo pit, but there are lots. We did our own version of Intel. We decided that the Intel cannot rule your life. It's good to use it, but at the end of the day, trust your own heart. Okay. Can I speak to you about the patches? Yeah, Mio is a knockout. Yeah. Yeah, Kathy Laney, yeah. But these patches, I remember that. I don't want to say it out loud, but that thing puts something in your body. The patches don't put anything in your body; they just reflect your own energy. Patches have embryos. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you later. They're healing your arthritis. That is so cool, man. I mean, I think these things are cutting edge, and I think they're, I'm using them too. I'm in great health. I've never felt better. Diaper rash cream all over themselves. Oh no. Oy, oy, oy. All right, guys. We'll see you later. I'll see you at 7:45. I'll see you at 3:30 if you come and listen to Dr. Stacy. And thanks so much for coming, for joining me and us. And we got this. Do not freak out. Do not live in fear. Do not live in panic. Live with your own heart and follow your own instincts and do what you love to do. Okay. We'll see you later, guys. Much love.